I'm Gwen. I'm the Executive Director of Opportunities Unlimited for the Blind. We hold summer camps on the west side of Grand Rapids for children who are blind or low vision. And I'm also the past president of Michigan Parents of Children with Visual Impairments. We're here today to talk about some kitchen skills, and some of them are a little scary for parents to teach their child. But I can guarantee you that this method that I have, if you follow all the directions, will not damage your child and will not damage you. And let's talk about damaging our kids. Everybody who cooks has burned themselves. Everybody who cooks has cut themselves. Nobody has died from these things. The problem is that our blind children can do these things a little more catastrophically. So we want to have different techniques that help our child be successful at this skill, but yet not damage themselves by cutting themselves or burning themselves. We're going to start today with knife skills. And as you can see, I have a cutting board here. And when I have the kids at camp, we check out the cutting board and the knife so we can see how long the blade is and so we can see where the handle is. And I always try and put the knife down so that the handle is closest to them. I want them to check out the size and shape of their space that they're working with so that they know what's there to operate with. So then I ask them to pick up their knife. And 9 times out of 10, they'll pick it up upside down. This just is the way it goes. I don't know why. It just is. Maybe it's because our kids' hands are too small and they don't feel the grip as fitting their hand as well as it does for us. But then I ask them to very, very gently, very carefully take their index finger and run it down the blade, just barely touching it. And I ask them to tell me if that's a very thin blade or if it's a thicker blade. Then I ask them to turn the knife over so that the other side is up and to check out that side of the blade. And they can tell me that this is the thick side and that this is the thin side. And this is really important for them to know. So I tell them that the thin side is the one that you want down. Then I ask them to feel the grip of the handle to see how it fits in their hand and see that it's made so that it fits your fingers better this way than it does this way. So we're going to ask them to have the knife with the thick side of the blade on the up. So we're going to put the knife down for a minute and we're going to talk about our other hand. Now this is for your dominant hand. It can be your left hand or your right hand. And this is your non-dominant hand. In my case, it's my left. I'm going to ask the kids to make a tunnel. This is very important. This tunnel has to be made with all 4 of your fingers in a straight line and stuck together, and with your thumb completely directly opposite of those fingers so that there's a straight line between your thumb and your fingers. Then I ask them to put it straight down on the cutting board with those fingers still in a straight line. And if they have to bend their fingers a lot because they have long fingers, then that's what needs to happen. The vegetable is going to go in the tunnel right here in this spot in their hand. So today we're going to take a mushroom. Mushrooms are the easiest thing to start with. This is a pretty nice big one, so this is a nice mushroom to start with. And then we're going to take the stem out just by pushing it out and discarding that for a bit. You can use it, but not for what we're doing right now. And we're going to have the child put their fingers down and put the mushroom underneath the tunnel. Now, you have to make sure that they keep their fingers straight. When you get cut is when this little finger and the second or the 4th finger start to curl in. And a lot of kids will do that. And that's when cuts happen. So you have to make sure that they're holding their fingers straight out. So we're going to hold our fingers straight out and we're going to close our hand in on the mushroom so that the mushroom can be picked up like this and stays inside the tunnel. Then we're going to take our knife. And we're going to have the kids pick up the knife and we're going to have them feel for the back of the knife and maybe even turn it over and feel for the cutting edge. Make sure the cutting edge is down. And then we're going to come at the knife at your mushroom, not this way, because that's going to probably result in a poked hand. But we're going to do something unusual. We're going to start with our knife with the point straight down, with the back of the knife toward our non-dominant hand. So I'm going to go straight at my mushroom this way with the back of the knife there. I'm going to pull it up towards my hand, and I'm going to pivot it so that it's underneath my hand, and then I can cut my mushroom. And the mushroom can be cut just by slicing through it. This is a technique that they're going to have to practice. It takes lots of practice to do this, but they can do this over and over by moving their knife just a little bit away from them each time they make another slice. As long as their fingers are in a straight line, they won't get cut. But you can see that if I curl my little finger under, it's going to be right where the knife is going to be. See, if I curled it under, there's my knife and there's my finger. That's not a good plan. So if you keep your fingers straight out, it's going to work better. And you can just keep doing this until you get all the way to the end of the mushroom. And there you have it, one sliced mushroom, just like that. And you can do this yourself. Try it without looking. Try and do all these things under blindfold, and you'll find out that this art really does work. So that's how we cut mushrooms.